It's important to keep these fences closed when a rancher has a gate across them. That usually means they got their cattle in there. They don't want their cattle from getting all over creation. As you can see out through here, they could get lost. So when you go through a gate, don't be lazy, put it back up. There we go, cattle are secure. We're into an area where the San Rafael River has dug way down into the rock and everything through here. So I'm going to take a trail out here where it should give us a nice view looking down. Yeah, look at that skyline out there. It's astounding. All the jagged red rocks and way off in the distance, some snow-covered peaks. Well, there's down into the, approaching the lip of the canyon here. I got to get down onto that next layer right there to see right in. Well, out here in this rugged desert, very little even trees of any kind out here, but there's a few cavities, small caves like this back here out of the way that would allow a person to at least get out of the elements. And you know, this would be good protection in rain or snow, or probably even a fair amount of wind. Spectacular country out here. So there's looking at that cave there, and then on out through here and back over the edge there to the San Rafael down in the gorge there. Sharp the way that's eroded. Very sharp points. It does give good grip when you step on it with your boots though. You wouldn't want to fall. Now we're heading out to the end of this point right here. Boy, that canyon is deeper than I thought. I thought this was going to be shallower than the upper one, but... Well, it's looking down into the lower Black Box Canyon. Unfortunately, I got a bad angle of sun right here. But it's way the heck down in there. Boy, there's some bristly cactus. Hate to fall on that stuff. Those are stiff spines right there. Hey, Perry Peacock with Wilderness Innovation. I'm out here on the desert. I've been out here all day, hiking around, exploring, really finding some new places I haven't seen before. And I have had a fabulous time out here today. I've discovered a ton of new places that I've just fallen in love with. Spectacular scenery, just incredible. I'm going to be out here probably at least through spring. I don't know if I want to come out here in the summer. It'll be pretty hot. But I'm going to show you some of these places that I've discovered. We'll do a little bit more with it as the time goes on. But anyway, what I really want to show you right now is that we have a couple new products that we've never ever offered before, and I'm really, really excited about it. The first one here, this is a fleece poncho, a fleece poncho liner. Snaps into the fleece, got the double-sided snaps just like all of our fleeces do. There's two things that's different about this one. One of the difference, I'll put this on in a minute. One of this difference is this is a patterned fleece. We've never ever offered before a patterned fleece. So these have, we just introduced seven camo pattern fleeces that are available for our ponchos. And these are sized all the same as all the regular fleeces. So any poncho that you've already got, HD, ultralight, regular, whatever it is, this fleece will fit in there just fine. For instance, there's a second difference here. Notice how small and compact this thing rolls up. Now, what that means is these new pattern fleeces are not the extra heavy winter weight that all of our earth tone fleeces have been ever since we started offering them. Nothing wrong with those. Some people find that they're a little bit limiting just because they're a little bit heavy, a little bit much for some times of the year. So some people are like, I'm not going to take it. It's a little too much, you know. Well, this right here, this is about a 200 weight fleece instead of the 300 weight. And this weight right here is actually the most common weight that outdoor gear is made in a fleece. It's really the most in-demand weight of fleece. So what you're going to have, it won't go maybe like quite as cold as our regular fleeces, but you might find that you get more use out of this one because it's a little bit lighter and you may use it where you wouldn't take the other. So a little bit more adaptable for a little bit warmer weather and considerably smaller in size. This thing rolls up about 30% smaller than our regular fleeces do. Also, for this is a PSS L size with a hood, and this right here is a full pound lighter than my, I have a green fleece I've been using for a while, of the regular 300 weight with a hood. This is a full pound lighter than that is, and I've also included on this one, I've taken the option and put a hoodie pocket on it as well, and we're still a full pound lighter than our regular fleeces. Well, so here's the Realtree Extra fleece. Here I am, just standing in it, hands in the little hoodie pocket. Kind of nice to keep the fingers. I mean, I'm out on the desert. You don't see any snow, but it's never got above the 30s today. So it's not that warm out here, actually. One of 7 patterns we have available currently has fleece poncho liners, or as you see me here, you can use it standalone. Kind of reminded me, since we're out on the desert, well, let me give you a little tip about using a fleece. About a year or so ago, we were out camping on the desert, on the West Desert, and a big sandstorm came up about bedtime. And man, it was just choking. How much so much sand in the air, about gag you. Well, what I did is I had set up my poncho as a hammock, and so what I did is I strung a ridge line, and I took my fleece and I laid it over top of the ridge line and let it drape down the sides of me, and I snapped it in a couple places, and I got in. And what the fleece did was it filtered out all that sand that was in the sandstorm in the air, and man, I slept like a baby. It was nice. In the morning I got up and I shook out the fleece. Man, there was so much sand came out of there, it was crazy, but I just shook it out, good to go. So you can use a fleece as a covering over your hammock in the case of a sandstorm or a dust storm or something like that. It'll filter that air so you're not choking, breathing all that junk in the air. Next item right here, this deal here is a poncho. Now we've done something different with this one than any other poncho we've ever done, and it's a new option we're going to offer on all of our ponchos, and I'm going to show you what that is here in just a second. Included a feature we've never ever done before, but although I've been playing with this for a couple years, we finally incorporated it into a poncho, and we're offering it on every poncho from here on out. So what we've done is called poncho sleeve extensions, and as you can see, we've added 6 inches of sleeve to each side of the poncho. So this red fabric, this silicone, this premium silicone fabric comes in a, well, not really a narrow width, but it's narrower than some of our other fabrics. So this kind of gives you an extreme case of how normally this poncho would come right to here on me, okay? So this much of my arm would be exposed, which normally hasn't been a problem, but you know, if you got a long sleeve tee or something like that underneath, it'd be nice for that not to get wet in the rain. So if, depending on how long your arms are and stuff like that, this little extension makes it possible to keep that dry and keep it out of the weather. Now we did put buttons out, or snaps out here on the ends of the sleeves, so you can button them down. We even added, and all the original, so every snap that's normally in your poncho is in this, with the addition of 4 extra snaps to snap here and down here. We added, we also put your tie-out tab when you're using this as a tarp, and we added a little piece here. I think we're going to recess this one just a little bit. Doesn't really need to hang down that far out here, but it's nice to have it there anyway. But this way, this lines up with all your other tabs if you set this thing up as a tarp, to give you just a little extra protection, to you know, to give you some coverage where you might need it, and without a bunch of extra bulk. You know, if you do have long arms and stuff, this may well be something that you want to choose. So we do have these. We have made up some prototypes of these in a snap-in model. So what it does, it's got this sleeve extension, all the same shape, same size, everything. And what it does, it retrofits into the snaps that's already in the poncho you have. So you can buy an add-on snap-in poncho sleeve extension for any poncho that you already have.